They cared for us. Now it's our turn to care for them.
There comes a time in our lives when our parents stop taking care of us and we start taking care of them. It can be a difficult transition for both the adult child and parent.
We first realized that Mum was going to need some kind of care, and that probably it would be in our house about a year and a half ago. We did have to do quite a bit of shuffling about the furniture. The children agreed that they would give up their playroom.
Americans are living much longer than they used to, and many seniors are likely to need assistance with at least some everyday activities. Because of this, baby boomers find themselves having to help their parents with anything from eating, dressing, or even just moving around. Taking care of mom or dad can be challenging, long-term, and for some, life-changing. Here on Long Island, Renee Ellman and her mother Bertha shared this home for 18 years. Bertha lived in the studio downstairs, so when she began showing signs of Alzheimer's a few years ago, it was only natural that Renee would take care of her. Renee noticed gradual changes in her normally independent mother's behavior.
She wanted to die. She didn't want to eat anymore. And we actually would sit with her and, almost like spoon feed her.
And her mother's recurrent late-night wandering kept Renee awake. Renee's fiancé Steve once even found Bertha outside in the middle of the night, covered only by a blanket.
I said, how do I do this? How do I deal with this? And it was very, very stressful.
24 hours a day, it's really, really hard. It's really hard.
Dr. Jane Greer is a marriage and family therapist in New York City.
There can be a lot of stress, particularly if it's an elderly parent who needs constant attention, which is going to be a lot of financial responsibility, or needs constant attention in terms of a lot of care.
You used to have this person who parented you, and now you become the parent. And they become the child.
A process. It's not something you just say, okay, now I have to step into the role of being my mother's mother or my mother's provider. It's something that we slowly realize as we watch and are closer in physical proximity to our elderly family members, that their needs have changed. Often they're not aware of how much their needs have changed.
But Rosa says the hardest part about staying home with her mother for that long was keeping busy.
Have a chance to get out. To say, this 2 hours, you stay here and I'm going to get out. I want to go to the store, just to get out.
According to a USA Today poll of 500 boomers with living parents, 31% are providing financial or personal care assistance to a parent. Slightly less than half of those say it has caused them a great deal of stress.
It must be about your relationship with your parent or parents. If your mother needs care, the question you want to ask yourself is, what do I want to do to be a good son? What do I want to do to be a good daughter?
And yes, during this process of loss and change and emotional struggle, there is a silver lining.
You can regain a sense of closeness that you might not have had for years because you're in close proximity. You can share new happy memories with them and include them in many of your life experiences that enriches your relationship and brings you a lot of warmth and satisfaction and joy. And they're the keepers of your memories also. Unless they've lost their memory, they keep memories of you that no one else has. So there's positives to this as well.
It may seem hard at first, but it is worth it.
They allowed him to stay here, and he was able to be at home. He was able to spend his last few days on Christmas Day. The whole family. And, that's priceless. It allowed me to hold my father. And he took his last breath. I got to hug him and hold him.
That's all you can ask for.